Today I'm going to show you how to do a perfume puff style pony. What's nice about this technique is if you don't have money to go out and buy hair for the My Little Ponies, but you have like a mother or grandmother or maybe yourself that has a couple skeins of yarn laying around, you can use yarn to customize My Little Ponies. It's a good substitute for hair. What you do is basically the same for rooting the hair, except for, you get your skein of yarn, which I have one here. I'm going to do a version of a G3 My Little Pony, only I'm going to turn her into a Perfume Puff version, except for she's not going to have any scent to her. But the Generation 1s had Perfume Puffs, which was kind of like yarn hair, and it was big poofy puffs of hair. And so that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'll load up a picture of the G3 that I was going to do, only she wasn't a unicorn, so I guess she's going to be a fancy version. Anyways, and this is just for demonstration only anyways, so it's not going to matter. I'll just pop her up on eBay, and if somebody wants her, they can have her. What I use is my hair rooting tool, like I've shown you before, and with yarn, you cut off a length of yarn. You want to do longer than you would normally use. This one, I'm not going to have her hair like extremely long and poofy, so I didn't do very long, but you want to do twice as long as you normally do, because when you brush out this yarn, big clumps are going to come out and it's going to get shorter. So to root this, you just take it once around your finger instead of wrapping around twice like we normally do for the doll hair, because the yarn is so thick. If you do it twice, it's going to end up breaking the needle. So just once around, you put it on your needle just like before, and then you put it in the hole. Yeah, push it in there. Now, since this is already still a lot for the needle, it still might break, so you want to be very careful. And then you pull it out. Now, you can't see because it's a tiny little hole, but these don't go in very far in the head, so you do want to glue the inside, otherwise somebody's going to yank it and it's going to pop out really easily. So we'll just do this real quick, and then I'll show you how to get it looking like a perfume puff. Ow. Yeah. Come on. Alright, there we go. I'm going to stick that back in there. Now, this is where it gets to be a tedious thing, is for every single little strand you have, you want to separate the little yarn strand pieces, and they get knotted up real easily. You probably want to start at the bottom and go up, not top and go down. As you can see, it's getting caught quite easily. So there's several little strands in there. You have to separate each one. I usually don't care too much if the bottom parts get knotty, because that ends up getting brushed off anyways. So, but if you want to save yourself the hassle of it getting caught up together, start at the bottom. I'm just a backwards person. See, there's one just broke off, and they break off really easily, but don't freak out, because you're going to have a ton of these. And once you do a few, what you'll do, so I'm only going to do this one right here, is, you can find where I set it. There we go. You take just a regular comb, hair comb, and you brush out the hair. And it gets really soft and really fluffy. And a lot of it breaks off, as you can see. Probably going to have to do this one over again. But that's basically what you do. is you get all the excess little strands off, and it becomes really soft and really pretty to play with. Or you can leave it like this. It kind of looks like dreadlocks, which is neat. And there's other types of yarn that you can use. Like this is a fun yarn, which I really don't. I've done a few customs with yarn in their hair. I don't do it very often because I like playing with the regular hair better. But this is neat. It kind of gives a cool effect, like fire in her hair. I'll show you what that kind of looks like. I'll do one down here. See, and it kind of gives like a really poofy looking mane. But yeah, there's different kinds you can use. And once you get all of these separated, and then you brush them, I usually do it in sections. You can leave it as is and style it. A lot of people put little ribbons in it, like halfway down. My friend Catherine, she does a lot of ponies with yarn, and she does a really pretty job getting it all poofy and soft looking. She's got one that she just made for me, which is adorable. That's going to be coming to my house. And or what you can do is, I've done a couple vampire type ponies with like the afro. What you do is you separate it like before, you brush it out, and then what you do is you take the comb and you tease it down, and you tease it really good, and it like poofs up really thick and stands on end, and you can get a really cool like mohawk effect going on with that. So that is how we make Perfume Puff ponies. I'll post pictures of her once she's finished. I'm gonna take this one out because it got too short for me, but that's all you have to do, and once she's finished I'll post up pictures of her.